Wishy Washy, written and illustrated by Vani Sharma. It was a lovely day in the forest where the happy tree friends lived. All the tree friends were doing something, including a certain blue skunk. In the bathroom of her house, Petunia was just finishing a shower. Being clean was what she liked best. Petunia stepped out of the tub, her towel wrapped around her head. She washed her hands in the sink, just so they would be extra clean. She then folded up her towel, placed it in the hamper, and placed her flower on her head. Petunia decided to go out for a walk. "It's the perfect day to be outdoors," she said happily to herself. She began to stroll along the sidewalk. On the side of the road, there was a large mud puddle. Just then, a car turned onto the road and splashed through the puddle, leaving Petunia covered in mud. "Well, I guess I'll have to take another shower," said Petunia with a sigh. And so she did. She scrubbed and she scrubbed, until every last bit of the mud was gone. Once she was finished with her shower, Petunia headed back outside to continue her walk. After quite a bit of walking, she decided to take a rest. She sat down on top of a hill and looked around, admiring the view. Suddenly, she heard a buzzing in her ear. It was a bumblebee! "Oh, oh dear!" cried Petunia. She jumped back in fright and began rolling down the hill. She rolled and rolled and rolled and finally came to a stop in a giant mud puddle at the bottom of the hill. "Oh no, not again!" said Petunia in dismay. She knew what she had to do: go home and take another shower. And so she did. She scrubbed and she scrubbed, until every last bit of the mud was gone. Once her third shower was over, Petunia went back outside to walk some more. "Hopefully I won't get dirty this time," she said to herself. After a little while, she decided to take another rest. She sat down at the bottom of a tree. Suddenly, something landed on her from above. It was brown. Then, more of it landed on her arm. Petunia stood and looked up. "Oh, it's the muddy tree," she said. The muddy tree was a tree in the forest that was always dripping with mud. Petunia hadn't realized that she was sitting under it. "This is certainly an unlucky day," Petunia said sadly. Just then, her friend Sniffles came along. "Hi, Petunia," he greeted her. "I see you're a bit muddy. It's mud from the muddy tree, I presume." "Yes, indeed," sighed Petunia. "It's the third time I've gotten muddy on my walk today. I have to go home and take a shower again." But Sniffles smiled. "I know a faster way you can get clean," he said. He reached behind his back and pulled out a spray bottle. "Inside this spray bottle is a potion I made," said Sniffles to Petunia. "See what happens when you spray it on your arm." "Okay," Petunia replied. Petunia took the bottle and sprayed once. Out came a light green liquid. And instantly some of the mud disappeared. "Wow, Sniffles, that's amazing," said Petunia. "Keep on spraying," Sniffles told her. And so she did. She sprayed and she sprayed until every last bit of the mud was gone. Sniffles pulled out a mirror and held it up. "Look at you," he said. "Now whenever you get dirty, you can clean yourself up in no time." Petunia gave her friend a hug, which he returned. "Thank you so much, Sniffles," Petunia said. "I'll take this with me on every walk from now on." "You're very welcome," Sniffles replied. "If you ever run out, just come to my house and I'll give you a new bottle." And she said she would. "Well, I'll see you later," Sniffles said. "Bye, Sniffles," Petunia responded, and they dispersed. "I guess this day isn't so unlucky after all," said Petunia to herself as she smiled down at the bottle in her hand. Just then her friend Handy came along. He was muddy all over. "Oh, hello, Handy," said Petunia. "What happened to you?" "I was babysitting Cub," Handy explained. "He started playing in a mud puddle and wanted me to join him." Petunia giggled. "Don't worry," she said. "I can clean you up in a flash." She told him about the potion and sprayed him all over. Soon Handy was clean as a whistle. "Gee, thanks, Petunia," said Handy in delight. "That really was very fast." "That's what I love so much about this potion," Petunia replied. "There's no way you can stay dirty too long. And the moral of the story is, when you've got a problem, a friend can help you out."